James for three.
Alexis attacking.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas.
Isang mapagpalang Sabado sa inyo mga teammates. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes. At ito ang programang Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas sa 702 DZAS FEBC Radio TV. Welcome sa mga teammates natin na madalas makinig sa atin via DWAY 104.3 FM K-Radio sa Bicol, sa DXFE 1197 The Good News Radio sa Davao Region, sa DZRK 106.3 FM Radyo Kapit Bisig sa Palawan, sa DXAS 1116 Your Community Radio sa Zamboanga. Tayo rin ay napapakinggan via online streaming sa Facebook page natin sa Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas, sa FEBC 702 DZAS o kaya sa febc.ph. Greetings po sa ating mga kaagapay na madalas makinig sa atin. Si Ben and Maricar Loriaga, Rose Marie Garmino, Kyle Joshua Chan, Nora Cancela, Faustina Habla, Coach Glendino Gopez, Gregorio Jr. Tan, Lordan Mulyon, Aaron Ray Gacho, and Edwin Villesa. Sa pagbabalik ng Puso at Lakas, ang ating guest is the Executive Director of the National Academy of Sports.
Time out muna kapatid! Magbabalik ang Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas.
Sinasabi sa John 3:16, sobrang mahal ng Diyos ang mga tao sa mundo, kaya ibinigay niya ang kaisa-isa niyang anak para hindi mapahamak ang lahat ng naniniwala sa Kanya, kundi magkaroon sila ng buhay na walang hanggan. Kaagapay, sinakop na ng kamatayan at muling pagkabuhay ng Panginoong Hesukristo. Ang sala ko, ang sala mo, maging ang sala ng mundo. Ito ang panahon ng kaligtasan. Anyayahan siya sa iyong puso at isipan. Halika, sumunod ka sa panalangin ito. Panginoong Hesus, tinatanggap ko na ako po ay isang makasalanan at ang tanging makapaglilinis ng aking karumihan ay ang inyong kabanalan. Sa mga oras na ito, pumasok ka po sa aking puso at maghari sa aking buhay. Bilang Diyos at dakilang tagapagligtas. Linisin mo po ako mula sa aking mga kasamaan at tinatanggap ko ang biyaya ng bagong pag-asang makukuha lamang sa pagtitiwala sa makapangyarihang Diyos. Sa pangalan ni Jesus, Amen.
Ito ang 702 DZAS.
702 DZAS.
Agapay ng Sambayanan. Kasapi sa KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas. Pusong kampyon. Siya na nga, luha at galak. Mga sikreto ng marubdob na ensayo at pagtatagumpay sa larangan ng sports. Pusong kampyon.
Magandang hapon, no, mga kagapay. Our guest is not only a coach, he is the former dean of the UP College of Human Kinetics and is now the executive director of the National Academy of Sports. Let's all welcome Dean Kiko Diaz.
Hello.
Hi, Dean.
Hello, Coach Jojo. Good afternoon. Thank you once again for your invitation, and it's a pleasure to be back here talking and sharing whatever it is that I have to be shared to your listeners. No? So magandang tanghali at hapon no, sa ating lahat.
Yeah. Dean Kiko, ano ba ang mandato nitong National Academy of Sports?
Okay. Coach Jojo, the National Academy of Sports was enacted into law back in 2020. No? Its mandate is very clear. The law enacts the creation of what we call the National Academy of Sports. And basically, the National Academy of Sports is a special high school that is akin to Philippine Science High School, no? Na meron siyang two basic deliverables. Number one is to enroll student athletes from high school starting in grade 7 up to grade 12 and to offer them a quality, holistic, secondary education, and at the same time, dito medyo unique yung academy. Ang mandate niya ay to develop all those students who are enrolled in the National Academy of Sports to become world-class athletes. So yung pag-qualify ng world-class athletes, hindi na yun stipulated sa IRR when the law was created. But of course, I am very sure that our lawmakers were thinking of most, if not all, sana, ng mga mag-graduate natin dito sa National Academy of Sports ay sila yung mga magiging future national athletes natin. And as national athletes natin, sila yung mga magko-compete sa iba-ibang from sub-regional to regional all the way to Olympics competition. And hopefully, by God's grace, win also those medals that everyone aspires for in international competitions.
So, Dean Kiko.
Opo.
Number one, sila ay mag-aaral high school level, no?
Tama po.
While studying, they are going to be trained kung ano yung mga specific sport na kanilang ginagawa so
Tama
that
po.
they would become world-class athletes.
Correct. Right now, just to add a few more to what we're doing here, the Academy presently has identified 8 focus sports. So the 8 focus sports are athletics, aquatics, badminton, judo, taekwondo, table tennis, and gymnastics. Meron pang 8 yung aming weightlifting. The Academy has already procured and started to prepare the actual training space, but we have yet to launch it because of lack of manpower presently for the coaches who will handle it and the potential enrollees for our weightlifting program here at NAS. So lahat ho nung 250 current students namin dito sa NAS ngayon ranges from grade 7 to grade 11, and those 250 are playing those 7 different sporting events.
Okay. Ang hinahanap natin yung mga future Lydia De Vega, no? Yung mga nagbigay
Correct. Tama po.
ng gantimpala ba ang tawag doon, no?
Tama po. Ang sabi lang niya ay to develop our student athletes into becoming world-class athletes. So yung world-class athletes na to, as I've said, syempre para matawag kang world-class, kailangan kaya mo mag-compete doon sa level na yon, hindi ba? So those are what? Dalawa lang naman yun. The World Championships that is hosted by the different international federations and the Summer Olympics.
Wow.
All the others are what we call regional and sub-regional athletic competitions.
Okay. We're looking for the...
But of course, that's the pathway. Hindi ba? Mag-start ka muna talaga. Compete ka representing the country sa Southeast Asian Games. Tapos, hopefully, that qualifies you to now represent the country in the Asian Games. And then you go through a more difficult pathway to qualify all the way to the Olympics.
Oo. Din ang naalala ko naman, syempre, no? I think ito yung mga edad natin, ang naabutan natin talaga when you say mga world-class athletes. Pero during that time, Southeast Asian and Asian Games, Lydia De Vega, Isidro Del Prado, we're talking about
Those are the
athletics.
Gintong Alay products. Right?
Yes. Tapos ngayon, meron tayong world-class athletes, no? Yung isa nag-retire na, si Heidelin Diaz, no?
Yes.
Yung unang nagbigay sa atin ng ginto. May nagbigay ng ginto sa atin dati. Si Arian Sendenya ba yun?
In bowling,
In
tama.
bowling,
But during
1988.
the Korea Seoul Olympics, bowling was just a demo sport.
Yes.
Kaya hindi siya officially counted as a gold medal tally for the Philippines.
So, technically, siya yung unang-una, except na hindi demo sport, no? But yung unang nagbigay talaga sa atin ng ginto, no? Yung umakyat sa stage, tinugtog yung national anthem, ay si Heidelin Diaz, and then ang pangalawa si Carlos Yulo.
And
yung
Carlos did it twice in
twice,
Paris.
no? Naku, napakahirap nun.
Yeah.
Hindi ko nga akalain na maabutan ko, no, na makita na may Filipino na mabibigyan ng atleta. Lalo na yung una ay isang babae, no?
Tama po.
Si Heidelin Diaz. Din Kiko, no? Right now, ilan ulit yung athletes natin and tawag nito, syempre, nag-aaral sila. So, may athletes and then may mga professors. Tama ba? And then may mga coaches. Paano yung make-up dito sa National Academy of Sports?
The way it works here is they have I would like to call a regimented day-long program. No, all the kids, we have 250 kids right now, students enrolled here in NAS. No? So everyone are full government scholars. We provide them a full board and lodging. So for their dormitory accommodations, we are using the Athletes Village buildings, the one that were created during our 2019 hosting of the SEA Games here at the New Clark City facility. And their meals are provided by a caterer who is actually monitored by in-house sports nutritionist. So bawat isang atleta, naka-code na yon sa aming caterer, meron siyang sa phone niya, may QR code, yung caloric intake niya ay naka-base doon sa ginawang pinlat na nutritional meal program ng aming nutritionist. So ganoon siya, no? So all of them they wake up around 5:30 to 6 o'clock, and then they have breakfast from 6 o'clock to 6:30, and then they are ferried because the housing facility is around 2 kilometers away from the main campus here in New Clark City. So they are ferried from the dining hall of the Athletes Village to the campus. And then their classes starts at 7 a.m. or 7:30 some, and they finish around 2:30 in the afternoon. After 2:30, they take a short break. Syempre, there's lunch break, and there's also a merienda break. No, there's AM and PM snacks also, monitored again by our sports nutritionist. So by 2:30, that's when they take their PM snacks. They break for like 30 minutes, and then all of them now goes to their respective training facility venues, which is also just here inside the campus as well. So yung taekwondo, pumupunta dun sa dojo nila, yung judo, ganun din. Ang pina-ferry ulit, pabalik dun sa main athletes, track stadium, and aquatic center, ay yung dalawang team na yon. But all the others, their training facility is already an adjacent building here at the main campus. And then they finish around maybe around 6:30 in the evening, and everyone is shuttled and brought back to the condominium dormitory, and that's where we take all our dinner. And then there's a free time, more or less for around an hour after dinner, after which all of them are already asked to go back to their rooms, either to do some homework or a little catch-up work in school or rest their bodies already. And so everyone is able really to sleep at least 9 hours every night, and then they do the same. And then on weekends, dito naman kadalasan yung mga athletic competitions na sinasalihan ng mga bata natin dito.
Alam mo, Dino,
Opo.
that is a dream come true for the Philippines na magkaroon tayo ng isang facility who would cater to the younger kids habang bata. Doon pa lang talaga minomold, no? They would get world-class coaching and teaching, no? So, at
And
ang early age
enjoy the world-class facilities as well.
yun,
I think if
no?
there's anything that we would brag about, it's the high quality of the training facility that we have here at the National Academy of Sports.
I'm so thankful, no, na that the government is doing this at nagkaroon rin sila ng isang tao na may vision to see this come into fruition kasi since 19 kopong-kopong, lumalaban na tayo sa Olympics. Ang ginagawa lang natin is hahanap ng atleta dito, atleta doon, tapos bibigyan ng a few weeks training, tapos ilalaban. Pagpunta sa Olympics, ito naalala ko to, no? Dean Kiko, no? So, pagpunta nila sa Olympics, world-class facility. Ang ganda ng tirahan. Grabe yung pagkain. So, pagdating doon, before mag-tournament, ang tataban, medyo tumaba na. Nawala na sa forma. But, because of this, no? Medyo sanay na.
Tama po. And for the longest time, that was the experience of our national athletes, no? Yung environment na nag-prepare sa kanya, very unfavorable. Kaya nasanay sa ganung klaseng environment. Kaya pag dinala mo na siya dun sa bagong setting na hindi ganon, hindi maganda yung adjustments, di ba? Or pag ilagay mo, pagdating doon na sa equate mo sa performance, hindi na nakaka-deliver, hindi ba? Kasi nga, tulad ng sabi mo, may instances, and totoo to, I can validate that. Biglang, they gained a couple of pounds already right before the start of the competition. Kasi nga, grabe yung biglang nilatag na pagkain sa kanila. Dumating sila doon sa country, for example, that's hosting the international competition, a good probably 4 to 5 days before the competition, hindi ba? Hindi mo na build yung proper mindset para maging ikaw ay isang world-class athlete. Wala kang aasahan na world-class performance out of that, hindi ba? So tulad ng sinabi mo, talagang ako rin, I share the same more than appreciation, no? Paghanga actually na meron ng ganito ang ating gobyerno at pamahalaan. Kasi kinikilala na kung gusto talaga nating mamayagpag rin sa larangan ng palakasan, kailangan mag-invest din talaga yung national government, no? And then we've done that. I take a lot of pride also that my former predecessor, Professor Joy Reyes, who's actually our co-athlete from UP, no? She was a varsity volleyball player natin in UP. Was very critical in charting and doing the baby steps of the academy when they opened back in 2021. No? So from the 2021 up to now, the academy really is still a growing boy right now. No? There are challenges, but these challenges are easily transformable into opportunities. No? Maganda lang, as I mentioned, maganda na yung pagkaka-layout ng land para sa mga bata natin ngayon. And I come in as the second executive director of the academy. So we're just doing very little tweaking and really just maximizing the opportunities to really better serve our student athletes na nandito sa academy ngayon. So yung nag-start tayo, yung pilot class natin, sila na, Coach Jojo, yung ating grade 12 incoming students. No? So, tapos, yung transition niya, gano'n, may mga throughout the years, meron ding either naglalag behind or yung iba talagang hindi kaya yung ganitong environment. So, we allow them to transfer out of the academy. No? But we keep the number of 250, but in our IRR, by year 2027, the population of the school should already be 300 students.
Wow. Mabuti to, no? Maraming mga bata mabibigyan ng pagkakataon na makapag-aral. Una, makapag-aral, no? Kasi this is going to be also solid academics. Hindi lang, di ba?
They're very well-rounded. So, in fact, I was surprised just when I was here last March. We had towards the end of March, before the Holy Week, we had a moving up and academic and athletic achievement recognition day. I found out almost 70% of our students here had academic awards. No? So parang 7 out of 10 were really very good in their academics. No? And of course, we're not also lacking in terms of very, very favorable performances from all our students in their respective sporting events.
Mm-mm. So, din, yung mga estudyante dyan, no? Piling-pili, salang-sala, hindi ka makakapasok dyan. Gaano ka rigorous or gaano kahirap makapasok dyan?
We have a admission pathway called the NASCENT. Okay, ginawa ito nung predecessor natin. So what they do is, we are already in coordination with all DepEd regional and provincial offices. Okay, so amongst them, aware na kagad sila kasi di ba ang palarong pambansa merong elementary division.
Yes.
Okay. So from among those students na elementary na naglalaro na sa kani-kanilang mga regions and provinces sa palarong pambansa, automatic, ito yung kaagad nilang siniscreen. And then pumupunta kami sa mga region na ito para mag-conduct ng additional admission procedures. Meron itong mga interviews, may submission ng mga documents, and then may actual testing. No? Tinitignan syempre yung mga physical fitness parameters and then some sports skills competencies. No? And then thereafter, binavet out ng aming admissions division. Tapos, ito na lang yung eventual na ine-enroll namin dito. Kaya salang-sala. No? And then, of course, we are also not able to recruit as much as we want kasi we're trying to keep the balance of the intake dun sa numbers na nawawala din. Hindi ba? Hindi rin namin pwedeng i-bloat yung admission numbers because there is a carrying capacity both for the resources and the logistics here at the academy. No? So, as mentioned to you earlier, we're keeping the numbers of presently 250 and increasing it to 300 by year 2027. Idagdag ko na lang rin, Coach Jo, kasama rin sa mandate actually ni National Academy of Sports na magkaroon eventually ng regional campus. Okay? So, ito lang, mas mahabang pathway ito kasi ito ang main campus na nandito sa New Clark City in Capas, Tarlac. Hanggang ngayon ay evolving pa rin eh. Okay? Meron pang mga sport facility buildings na soon to be turned over by our partner BCBA. And then the school dormitory for our enrollees is yet to start pa lang. That's the phase 3. So right now, as mentioned to you, we are using the Athletes Village condominiums that were used when we hosted the Southeast Asian Games back in 2019. So right at the periphery of the campus, we are going to construct a 300-bed school dorm as well. So sinimulan na to. Pagdating naman kasi sa development, physical development ng campus, kaagapay namin dito yung basis, conversion, development, authority, BCBA. So marami kaming coordination kasi all our infra projects are coursed to BCBA because the New Clark City or the National Government Administrative Center is actually owned, administered, and managed by BCBA.
So Dino, syempre, looking forward, pero malayo pa yung yung future na yon na eventually magkakaroon ng mga regional campuses ng National Academy of Sports, parang Philippine Science. Ang main campus na sa Quezon City, pero may mga science high schools sa mga ibang probinsya, no? And it took time. Din Kiko, you used to be an athlete and you used to be the coach of the UP women's softball team, no? Ilan nga pala yung championship mo?
Correct. We won 5 in the UAAP. Yeah.
Wow. So, being a coach, ano yung mga hinahanap nyo, mga atleta, no?
Yeah. Sige. Ganito, no? Unang-una, at that age, 10, 11 years old, hindi mo pa naman talaga makikita ang super galing na yung mga yan eh. Hindi ba? So, ang hinahanap namin, number 1, syempre pagdating sa physical activity level, yung talagang physically active na bata na. No? And then, bonus na lang kung naglalaro sila ng, let's say, isang event already in their elementary varsity team, whether that's volleyball or track and field or whatever sport it is. No? Medyo meron na kagad silang plus points. Pero hindi kinakailangang sobrang galing. Kasi ang mindset nga namin, basta merong kaukulang skill sa paglalaro, good enough. Tapos makikita mo na yung mga physical fitness parameters niya, yung agility niya, meron siyang speed, may maganda na kagad cardiovascular endurance, may maayos ang muscular fitness ng bata, okay na yun as a starting point. And then when they're here in NAS, the whole ecosystem of training and building that world caliber class athlete is now cultivated and gently developed as they age also here in the academy. No? Kaya, for example, bigyan kita, Coach John, example. Nung simula kaming pinayagan na sumali sa palarong pambansa games in the high school division. So we were granted by DepEd as parang a special sub-region, no? NAS, kasi di ba regional ang palarong pambansa eh, di ba? So parang special region si NAS, no? So when we first competed, we sent 50 athletes and we won several gold, silvers, and bronze. And nung nag-first compete kami in 2024, mga grade 8, grade 9 pa lang sila, di ba? O di nag-ensayo ka ulit ng one whole year. Ngayon, yung grade 9 naging grade 10. So sumali ulit sa palarong pambansa ng 2024. O di ng 2024, automatically, we doubled the medal output production. Pero, grade 10 ka pa lang. Eh, yung kalaban mo lahat doon sa seniors division, kung hindi grade 11, grade 12 eh. Hindi ba? Kasi, wala naman siyang demarcation eh. Basta high school ka, hanggang grade 12, pwede ka. Huwag ka lang sobra ng 22 years old. Yun yata ang internal roots ni Palaro, di ba? So as they grow and mature here in the academy, talagang directly proportional yung paggaling, pag-angat nila dun sa kanilang mga sporting career, eh, ganun din. Nasusundan din at natutupad din, di ba? And then of course, yung provision talaga ng academy sa more than just quality training na, pati yung quality competition, which I am now trying to introduce more, eh, ma-fulfill namin. No? Kasi nga sabi ko sa'yo, wala na kaming problema dito sa aming academic responsibilities. Ang ganda, meron kaming 15 DepEd teachers before na full-time teachers na namin. Sila yung nag-handle ng lahat ng core subjects namin dito. No? And then, we have a complement now of what we call sports program head, and then directly under them are the set of coaches that helps them do the training. And then we have an auxiliary division which is in charge of sports services, sports and allied services. So meron kaming sariling medical, PT, and nurses dito sa campus. Meron kaming sariling mga set of guidance counselors, and hopefully magkakaroon na kami sa bagong hiring namin ng mga sports psychologists in-house. We have the sports nutritionist here. So it's really a whole ecosystem that we're offering to the student athletes that's enrolled here at NAS. And this is what really differentiates the student athletes here in NAS with the ordinary athlete that you may have in Manila or in the provinces.
Maganda yun, no? Ibig sabihin yung atleta ay mag-aaral, magte-training, kakain, tutulog, tapos wala na siyang isipin kung siya ay nagkaroon ng injury, which ayaw naman natin. Meron tayong mga doctors, mga therapists, mga strength and conditioning coach na yung atleta ay makabalik ulit sa peak performance niya at the soonest possible time. Kasi kompleto, no?
Parang na kami yan eh. We can be likened already to a baby Philippine team. Di ba? Yung ginagawa ng Philippine Sports Commission, nire-replicate na namin dito sa level namin. So you have to have a whole ecosystem to really develop your athlete into becoming a world-class caliber athlete.
Okay, may tanong ko naman sa inyo, no? Athletics, swimming, taekwondo,
Judo,
athletics,
badminton.
Okay. So, paano kung pag-graduate na? So, ang daming mga nakaabang na mga skwelaan, mga UAAP schools, and college school, and mga NCAA. Coach Dean, paano naman ano ang ginagawa mo para hindi ma-distract yung athlete dahil may mga mata nang nakabantay dyan?
Alam mo, Coach Jojo, it's a funny thing. You ask that. Truth to be told, meron nga kaming yung grade 10 na junior na magka-cross na to senior high, di ba? Meron na kaming mga students na pirated out. Hindi na natutuloy mag-grade 11 dito sa amin. Kahit nag-start sa amin ng grade 7, di ba? Unfortunately, we are also operating under existing government laws, di ba? And sinabi na sa amin ni DepEd na as much as we want really to have a hold in our student athletes kasi heavily invested na tayo dito, di ba? They are all protected by the Magna Carta law for student athletes, which states really that any student enrolled in a high school or in any college or higher HEI for the university in college, it is their God-given right to be able to transfer without any prejudice and without any legal impediment. Kasi ang rule naman dito, no, this was crafted also by good Senator Pia Cayetano, if I'm not mistaken. No? The times that they were studying and playing for your high school, nag-serve din naman sila sa inyo, di ba? So because of that, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yon para kitilin mo yung kanilang kagustuhan na umalis. Of course, I can do a lot of out-of-the-box activities that will prevent that. And I am already trying to institute some of it. No? Katulad niyan, di ba? Sabi ko sa iyo, we have several already in taekwondo, in badminton that were recruited out and are now studying in Manila, either for a UAAP school or an NCAA school. O, isang ginawa ko ngayon, at nakakalendar for discussion, I formally wrote the UAAP Board of Managing Directors and I asked, may the NAS formally submit an intent to play in the juniors competition of the UAAP, at least for all the events in UAAP that is also being played in our academy. And wala pa yung final resolution or approval, but everyone, when I presented it to them and over some opportunities na nakakausap ko yung ibang mga board of managing directors, they love the idea. And truth, in fact, also is because UAAP also opened already their athletic association to non-UAAP members school just last year or just this year. In baseball, for example, Southridge already played in the UAAP juniors competition. In football, both Southridge and Claret already joined in the juniors competition of the UAAP. So may sariling parameters sa UAAP kung sino ini-invite nila. But the mere fact that they have already opened up their very elite sporting competition to a non-UAAP member school, sana makita rin nila yung kagandahan ng proposal ko na binigay sa kanila na mabigyan nila yung pagkakataon, yung mga student athletes namin dito sa academy na makalaro in the UAAP. And when that happens, it's win-win because they not only get quality, good competitive players, it increases also the level of competition in the UAAP. And then on our end, I now provide more inspiration, motivation for our student to stick it out here in NAS, hindi ba? Kasi ang kalaban mo na, yung mga tao rin or eskwela na kumukuha sa iyo ano naman tayo? Magkaroon naman tayo ng sense of pride sa sarili nating academy, di ba? So may mga ganong pathways, no? And then I also wrote very recently our good friend, Chairman Pato Gregorio of the Philippine Sports Commission. So sabi ko, Chairman, sa end of the year pa naman mangyayari yung Batang Pinoy. Baka pwede yung payagan na yung National Academy of Sports ay sumali at kilalanin ulit bilang isang special region. Although we will play as NAS, pero sabi ko, pagka manalo yung bata, ang magiging reckoning para sa awarding ng medals, kung saan siya pinanganak. So if we have a scholar, for example, that we recruited out of Bukidnon, so ano ba yan, Region 6 or 7, kunyari, pagka sa awarding, NAS Region 7, sa Region 7 mapupunta yung gold medal. No? So these things I am actively doing for the academy to be able to address those internal problems na seemingly nga ay reality na siya.
hindi ba pwedeng sabihan yung mga eskwelahan na 2 years lang naman UAAP. Di ba yung UAAP, university, hintayin nyo nang maging collegiate yung atleta. Di ba? Ibigay nyo na sa amin.
That can be done, but you know how it is in the collegiate athletic competition. Everyone really is very much invested in their own varsity programs that they would like to get commitments right away from any promising player that they see in their horizon. No? Siguro yung ganon, pwede mo namang on the flip side ay maging kasiyahan mo rin kasi tandaan mo na ikaw rin yung nag-develop doon, ikaw yung nagpagaling doon, so may inambag ka na malaki doon sa athletic career ng batang yon. Pwede, sige, we pass it to the next big brother who will take care of them. Kailang yun.
That's true, no? Dean Kiko, no? Na yung sinabi mong flip side na syempre may konting kabigatan rin sa ating mga puso na trinay natin ng husto. Gusto nating makita na lumipad talaga ng lumipad ng husto, 'di ba? Na hindi lang yung lumipad ng kunyari 1,000 feet. Gusto natin makita yung umabot siya ng 2,000, 3,000 feet, no? Para siyang eagle, no? But ang reality is, yes, yung mga ibang eskwelahan, gusto nila finished product Ayaw nilang maghirap.
Tama.
Mamimirata na lang.
Lalo na win-centered philosophy coaches and teams, di ba?
That's true. And Dean Kiko, no, sa mga nakikinig, no, may mga nakikinig na mga magulang na may mga anak silang atleta, maybe nasa elementary pa lang or high school, ano yung pwede nilang gawin para umabot dito at makapasok dito sa National Academy of Sports?
Ano lang talaga, Coach Jojo, number one, if they're already in a very active lifestyle, that's already a very good starting point. We're not looking at excellent players at age grade 5, grade 6. But we were more inclined on getting well-rounded kids, no? Kasi actually marami kaming applicants. Pagdating doon sa vetting stage, pag nag-interview na kami, lumalabas either yung bata, doon pa lang sa stage na yon, alam mong hindi na magpa-flourish dito, or yung mga magulang or yung family sa likod niya. Ang hindi kayang mawalay, isipin mo, 1 whole year mawawala sa'yo Dito titira, uuwi lang pag Pasko. At kapag end of the school year. Mabigat din yun, hindi ba? So, kaya nga sabi ko, meron din kaming mga pagkakataon na after 1 or 2 years, they also shift out. They opt to not enroll. Because the scholarship agreements that we have here are actually renewed every year. No? So if at the end of the year, for whatever reason they may have, they don't want to enroll already in the succeeding year, they may do so. Pero sabi ko nga, we are cultivating a mindset and an environment na no one would dare leave NAS because this is a very, very special place for them already, hindi ba? And so for all the kids who are wishing to one day be able to enroll here, basta gandahan ninyo yung pag-aaral ninyo, gandahan ninyo yung pakikitungo ninyo, lahat ito ay makikita namin actually kapag kami ay naglibot-libot all around the provinces and regions, and hopefully you get to be invited here in the academy.
Wow, ang ganda naman, no? Na yung mga nananaginip na mga bata na walang kakayanan to have world-class training, and then to also have solid, no, education, and then hindi lang yon, makakain ng tamang pagkain. Hindi pwedeng masarap kasi pwedeng masarap naman yung McDonald's pero hindi siya healthy. Ito, yung masarap at tamang pagkain na magbibigay ng tamang nutrients. And being in a world-class tawag nito, environment na para pag lumabas, hindi na yung parang manghang-mangha na lahat ng pagkain kakainin pag nasa Olympic Village at tataba na lang, no? Din Kiko, tip mo sa mga magulang na may mga anak na players, how can they help their kids blossom?
Yeah. Actually, yung para sa, because I'm a parent ng atleta rin. Ang mga anak ko ay mga swimmers din. Actually, what's critical here for parents is we just try to support them in whatever that your kids are having fun doing. The most critical thing is, dapat yung mga bata na naglalaro, for example, ay nasisiyahan habang nilalaro nila ito. When that happens, you develop what you call intrinsic motivation. Ang motivation nila ay yung kanilang paglalaro at yung kanilang successful performance sa paglalaro nila. So kung kunyari ito ay takbuhan o basketball, pag sila ay nakakashoot, for example, that gives them so much joy. And when they get the ball again, they want to be able to make that shot once again or do it a little better than the last time kasi nga naging successful yung performance niya. Diba? Yun yung developing the intrinsic motivation because the reward is performing the task successfully. Hindi ba? Tayo, yung mga magulang, mahilig, pati ibang coach, mahilig, ini-infuse kagad yung extrinsic rewards. Okay, di naman yun eh. Pero, uy, nakashoot ka, o itong candy. Uy, nakashoot ka, kain tayo McDonald's mamaya. Uy, nanalo tayo, itong 100. Diba? So, para bang at an early stage, marami ay ini-equate kagad yung performance into some rewards that they will be getting or some reinforcements. No? Hanggat bata ho sila, matuto tayong support them, yes, encourage them, but let them really have fun and enjoy experience. Let them do the problem solving by themselves. Those who have the capacity to give them extra training by enrolling them in, for example, basketball academy during summer, that's well and good. But if we push them in an activity na ayaw pala nila gawin, pero yung parent lang ang may gusto dahil dati siyang naglalaro ng basket or nagva-volleyball, hindi yung magpa-flourish yung anak ninyo into becoming a successful sporting profession, no? Or just to be an athlete. No? So the joy has to be felt, has to be learned by them. And then parents, you should give them the proper encouragement and support for that. And whatever happens, we make your kids' engagement in sport to become a vehicle for their development in terms of character. Hindi ba? Alam naman natin yan na ang dami-dami mong inherent positive values na natututunan basta nag-engage ka sa isang sporting activity, whether it's an individual event or a sporting event. So let them discover that when they join and play a specific team. And nandyan lang ho tayo para gabayan palagi sila, and sooner or later, our kids will really get that aspirations na maging magaling na atleta, anumang laro yung kanilang ginagawa.
Wow, well said, no? Ang goal is character development. Yung good character, kasi pwedeng ma-develop yung hindi maganda, maging bad character, no?
Yeah, oo naman. Kaya we never stress the value of winning in these ages. No, ang importante lang sport participation and then fun out of that participation. Sa bata talagang bonus lang, pero hindi pwedeng ang deliverable ay win. No? Otherwise, we will be setting them for a very unfavorable character, as he mentioned earlier.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Dean Kiko Diaz. No? Kung may development ng mind, may development ng body, may development rin dapat ng soul, di ba? Dito, I just like to share the verse sa Hebrews chapter 1, verses 3 to 4. Sinabi dito, the Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of His being, sustaining all things by His powerful word. After He had provided purification for sins, He sat down at the right hand of the Majesty in heaven. So He became as much superior to the angels as the name He has inherited is superior to theirs. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through Jesus. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes at inyong napakinggan ang programang Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas sa 702 DZAS FEBC Radio TV, agapay ng Sambayanan, miyembro ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas. Magandang Sabado po sa inyong lahat. Thank you, Dean Kiko.
Thank you, Coach Jojo.
God bless.
Thank you. Same.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas sa pakikipagtulungan ng Fellowship of Coaches and Athletes at ng Far East Broadcasting Company Philippines.